Somebody help! I don't even know if I should be doing a male voice or female, except that I kind of think I remember who it needs help. But it might just be a generic, and I'm confusing this with a different fight. Either way, let's get rid of the no encounters, because it just seems silly now. Come on, Squall! Everyone's got to take care of themselves. Oh, never. What, did you run around a little circle? I didn't do that. Okay, it is who I thought it was. Squall! Squall? Quisty? Who's saying that? The girl with the shawl or the giant wasp? So this is one of those battles where if I hadn't already played ahead, we'd have a lot of drawing we needed to do. Because it's a boss fight, and this is the first time in the game that we can get certain... This is not a dangerous fight. Again, I keep wanting to say over-leveled. That's not quite what it is. But we are... We're not over-leveled exactly. It's more like we're over... We have magics that are better than we should have. So everybody's defense is really high. Actually, it doesn't take that long, and we are going to need... Nah, no, screw it. I've got another save slot. I don't have to do anything with these guys other than fight them. Although I should be using... And I think I've forgotten to do this a few times. I was using scan on guys. Like, we didn't do that for the... We didn't do that for the Grats or the Tyrannosaur guys. So let's do that here. Grinaldo, a large insect-type monster that is a survivor of some ancient race. Okay. Uses its large spikes and tail to attack. This is the only time you can ever encounter this enemy. Although, like a lot of other enemies in this game, you feel like you're seeing it all the time because it has a card. All enemies have cards. Oh, I didn't do... She doesn't have magic. Oh, well. But the Raldos, whatever they're called, we also never encounter again, even though it seems like they're just kind of a generic enemy that you should be able to find somewhere else. But no, we find 3 of them in this battle, and we can never encounter them again. It may look slow due to its stone-like body, but it is actually quite fast. May appear in numbers. And that's weird, because there's 2 ways to handle this. You can defeat the Raldos first, just a generic way to do it, and Grinaldo continues to attack. Because the Raldos aren't doing anything, as you might notice. They're getting picked up and dropped on us by Grinaldo. But if I recall correctly, the Raldos will continue to not do anything. If you defeat Grinaldo first, which we can easily do here because we're so OP. Yeah, it just kind of hunkers down and gets ready to get dropped on you. And you can cast Protect on yourself. So now they're not going to do anything. Oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. They only attack you if Grinaldo is gone. But they do terrible damage. So this is going to be a real simple fight. Never mind, usually it's so much easier to defeat them first, which affects the attacks that the other guy is able to do. That I may never have actually done this before. I thought that they won't do anything, but they do start attacking you. But yeah, we're way more powerful than we should be because of what I did off screen in Dalet with Cypher leveling up and drawing spells like Thundaga and Blizzaga. Like, our stats are higher than they should be for these fights. We got 16 Wizard Stones, and Wizard's staff has a knob on the end. It is not safe here. Please, let's go. Where were you guys when she was fighting, or when that monster was attacking her? Alright. And this dramatic music is her theme, I believe. Don't look at these naughty, nasty people. And don't look at that guy's hips as they sway. Who was that? Yeah, I'm sure it won't matter. I doubt they're going to be important to the story. Well, crap, now we got to encounter a dinosaur so that we can see its description with the scan command. Oh, and you can encounter these guys individually, which makes them really wimpy. It's my 100% complete edition of this game. I knew that you guys wouldn't stand not being able to read about Grat. Its body is mostly a digestive bag. Digests enemies by catching them with its fine. It uses a gas attack that causes sleep. I thought it only had 250 hit points. I guess I misread it. Alright, so now I just gotta run around until we fight the damn dinosaur. Which does show up other places. It's not just here it can appear, but... I do not recall if that first screen is an encounter zone or not. Alright, this isn't really worth the time. And my perfect save is ruined now because we ran away from Gratz. We will be doing a lot of running away from enemies in this game, actually, despite me being OP, as a way to avoid leveling up. And none of this stuff is really necessary to win the main story. It's all about possibly being able to finally beat a Mega Weapon, which I never got around to doing on the PS1. T-Rexor, alive since the beginning of time. Not the species, just this particular one. Its power and HP are very high. It's better to run if you encounter one. Well, that's not remotely true now, but what the hell, we'll still run. I don't even remember what that fist icon means, but... Now we have high speed, no encounters going. And we got money. We have a terrible seed rank. 13? I thought we were ranked 5. I guess 5 is what we scored on the exam? I don't know. You can't actually fail the exam, by the way. It only affects what seed rank you start at. But the story is structured in a way you always pass the seed exam. Squall, it's not like everyone can get by on their own, you know? What about people in wheelchairs? I mean, if nobody built a wheelchair for them. Says who? There's plenty of self-sufficient people with wheelchairs, although if your spine was broken and there was no doctor to put you, like there was no wheelchair manufacturer, so someone to put you in a wheelchair, someone with a broken spine would probably struggle. I'm just saying. Because I believe we will now get back to having these guys in our party, but I'm not sure. Oh, it's weird. It'll be weird that Selfie, who I think of as a magic character, is going to be one with a terrible magic stat for a while. But should be hard hitting. So she's doing 100% biological attacks. Sure, okay. Don't really know what that means. I know what it means as a status attack. It can cause poison. I don't know. I really do not recall what it means if you do it as a elemental. So now that we've annoyed Kitus, it's time for us to continue the story. Finally, there you were. Where the hell were you? I was looking all over the place. We're both now members of Seed, right? Well, guess what? We got our own rooms, baby. Your new room's right across the hall from your old one. This is a plot point which makes no difference because we never met Squall's roommate. That's what I was asked to tell you. Man, it took me forever. Your room's right across the hall from your old one. And now I'm just going to stand here forever. So yeah, you have a different room now. But whatever. I'll just go to sleep. I won't even allow the player to save the game first. Oh, Girl Scout cookies. Squall, it's our first Seed mission. Looks like we're to go to Squirrel. Beep, Squirrel. We're going to Timber. Meet by the front gate. Hurry. Although if Kitus is a regular old Seed and not an instructor, I wonder if she's coming with us on this mission. Anyway, I immediately teleported away. Bye. So, how's it going since the incident? Oh, what incident? You were fighting, remember? Fighting? We were never fighting, were we? I mean, nope. I wasn't really worried anyway. I guess they're just trying to make it feel like high school. I don't know. This game. I just remember having really enjoyed this game when I played it years ago, and it's still a fun game. But there's things about it, it's like embarrassing. There's like, wow, was I really that enthusiastic about this world? But it's like this bizarre future tech high school where you also fight Venus flytraps. If only I had, well, too late now. Maybe I should put off my diet. There's so many motivated people in this academy, it kind of makes you want to work harder. I mean, it's like if the NPCs don't have anything to say, then... I mean, yeah, partly that's on me. I could stop talking to them, but there's also this sense of like, well, you're making it so you're always worried about missing stuff. So why don't you just have NPCs you don't talk to? How did you do? I enjoy playing cards. Why should we play some cards? Nah. Being young is so great. Oh man, this may take a while. Think of an excuse and leave. Sneak away. I'll lend an ear. Yeah, we're trying to learn to be more like Kitus wanted. But seriously, with all these youngsters around, I'm beginning to feel young myself. I started thinking to myself, hey, I am still all that. You know what I mean? What am I saying? Well, anyway, I have a son about your age, but he is just so incompetent and... You're still talking? This could mean trouble. Lend an ear. So my son, he's not as bright as you are, so he's worried about his future. Then about a year ago, I'm going to be on a journey to see what I can do, he said. Can you believe him? I was really surprised at first, but my son had a serious look I'd never seen before. So I built up enough courage and told him to go for it. Well, when I look back at it now, all he did was make me and my husband worry. But now, my, has he matured? He's grown up, I tell you. It sure gets lonely without him. Oh my, I'm sorry, I got carried away. Whenever I see youngsters these days, I get nostalgic. Even though she sees this every day because she works at a high school cafeteria. I wonder where he is now. This is for returns. The store is next door. Returns? I can return my hot dogs? We're not open yet. So I don't know what comes of talking to her. Possibly nothing. And the way this game is structured, it's kind of hard for me to go... Like the FAQ I was looking at, I don't think it mentions her, but the FAQ is so freaking long, I don't just read straight through from beginning to end. I try to actually find the section of the game I'm reading about, but because I think you can get to that point in the game at any, you know, that dialogue is probably something that you can unlock at most any time, so... I don't know why I'm bothering to check these places. This is the doctor's office. Dr. Kowalski, who hates data. What is it? Are you injured again? I mean, what is it? Are you injured again? And then, like, every single girl, I always think is Selfie at first, because they all look pretty much the same. Have you heard? There's a card club here, aka the CC group. They're a bunch of card maniacs. You guys are a bunch of crazy bastards. They're crazy punks. So we'll try to see Headmaster Sid, because there's something I thought we were going to be able to do that we didn't get to do yet. But he is not here. So maybe he comes to see us to give us our mission. Actually, I believe that's what happens. I think he's going to be waiting outside. So we're going to save our game. Again, just so I don't have to run around a lot of extra stuff. Every single year it gets troublemakers. It's awesome. Yeah, that's right. That's why I can't talk to him. One more minute. Oh god, here comes the Kung Fu hippie from Gangsta City. The skateboarding dinosaur ninja robot. Robot ninja gangsta. Beat it! Keyboards are prohibited within garden. Have you forgotten? Oops, sorry. This is really cool. It may come in handy on a seed mission someday. We'll be the judges of that. Confiscated, he says to himself. Oh, never mind. There's somebody else who's going to come make it disappear. All of you are members of Seed, but nevertheless, you're still students at this garden. Furthermore, because you are Seeds, you must set an example to all others and abide by the garden's rules. Understood? Beat him up, Zell. You got like a limit break we haven't even showcased yet. Oh, I think he was sticking out his tongue there. Well, about your first mission. You are to go to Timber. There, you will be supporting a resistance faction. That is your mission. A member of the faction will contact you at Timber Station. This person will talk to you and say, the forests of Timber sure have changed. At this time, you must reply, but the owls are still around. And this is the password. Just follow the faction's orders. Just us three? Correct. We have agreed to do this mission for very little money. Normally, we would never accept such requests, but... enough talk about that. Well then, Squall, you are the squad leader. Use your best judgment based on the situation. Gazelle and Selfie, you are to support Squall and give your all to carry out the faction's plans. Oh, and Squall, I forgot to give you this. It's a cursed item, but if one with enough power uses it, it should be of great help. Received a magical lamp. Best of luck on your first mission. Once again, the password is, but the owls are still around, don't forget. Now, it's weird. I thought by now I should be able to play cards with him, because he actually has the cipher cards. Headmaster Sid. And you're supposed to be able to play cards with him in his office, but for some reason... he hasn't been in his office like I would expect him to be. So off screen, of course, I've already beaten him for the cipher card. Oh, here he is. Hey, I gave him my cards. Okay, so now I'm under pressure. Oh, and he's not even using the damn cipher card. So it's not really important that I do this on screen, but No, Ifrit will get flipped by this last card, but that's okay. We won 8-2. I really shouldn't be too worried about this. Oh, I'm not sure if we saved outside, so we won't bother. So yeah, but he plays the Cypher card. You beat him if he actually plays the Cypher card and you beat him, you can take it. When we load, eventually I'll already have it, so it really won't be worth getting too excited about. But this is about the point in the story where we're finally going to be ready to load, but there's one major battle we need to do first. This item he gave us, this cursed lamp, is it's kind of interesting if you use it. You can use it anywhere. Let's look at our junctions first. It'd be nice if we had more blind. As a matter of fact, oh no, I don't even have the magics that I need. I can't even refine blind magic. But if we go to items, he gave us this item. If you're not paying attention to the dialogue, you don't even realize you've got it, which is a problem because magical lamp. You should save your game before using it. Well, we just did. Because when you rub the lamp, out comes this guy. He doesn't even talk to you. What a jerk. Who dares disturb my sleep? I'm Robin Williams as a genie. But this is a battle that takes forever. Because you have to stock Demi from him. But you can only stock generally a few at a time. And she can't even stock it at all. Her stats are too crap. However, he's also a bit of a trick boss. This is one of the toughest bosses if you don't use Demi against him, because he's not immune to Demi. And if you fight him under normal conditions, he just takes forever to defeat. Oh, I didn't mean to stock. But Demi's a pretty useful spell as far as status junctions go, but he likes to cast Demi on you and then attack. And how much damage it does seems pretty random. It did 500 damage before, now it did 1400, but you can see what we're doing with attacks. 200, and she's got one of my best attack stats. Or vitality. She has vitality, not necessarily attack. Yeah, and he's our magic user. He's doing 39 damage. So definitely, he hasn't done his best move yet, but he can be extremely dangerous. I don't know if I've got everybody with the item command either, which could be a problem. But again, we are overpowered at this point, and it's still a battle that's quite losable. Oh, at some point I actually need to scan this guy, too. Diablos, rather. A mysterious GF living in another dimension. Uses a powerful gravity attack called Gravija. Does that mean he's weak against wind or holy? Either way, wow, his hit points are heavily depleted, but it's only because we're using Demi against him. If I was attacking him and doing 200 a pop, he's got 7,000 hit points. And he hasn't used Gravija yet, which I'm kind of surprised by. It reduces all of your characters to 1/4 of their max hit points, and then he usually follows up with a physical attack on somebody and kills them in the same turn. You can blind him, which is useful. And it's kind of essential if you plan to... Although he's got Cure, so you can keep your party alive. But if you want to, like, draw 100 or 300 demis from him... Oh, here we go. Full Cure cast. There we go. Probably should have used this to show off Zell's limit break, but Full Cure cures all party members of all hit points, I believe. So it's pretty handy against Gravigia. But yeah, everybody was down to low hit points there. If he'd actually attacked us, we would have been in trouble. But it's not even like it's that deadly a battle. It is one of the most dangerous battles you can get this early in the game, but really, it takes forever. Like, if you're trying to let the battle play out so you can get Demi, it takes, you have to really be able to maintain against this guy. Too weak, too much sleep. But we got Gangster Returners, we got Diablos card, and, Quasiquad learned something. But the main thing is that we get Diablo as a Guardian Force. And you can tell that doing it as early as you possibly can seems to be slightly earlier than the game wants you to, because there's a blank. There's another Guardian Force that we haven't gotten yet that it thinks we're supposed to get before Diablo. But they make it possible to get Diablo at this point. So it certainly wasn't cheating. And what we'll do now is we will save our game. There's one thing I want to showcase real quick before we, because the next time, because now we're actually pretty much ready to load. I believe. Well, that's not quite true. Hold on. We're gonna go to Balam. By the way, something. Oh, I'll watch anything. I want to see an action movie. Girls really are showing off a lot of skin on the old legs. I'm just saying, like, they really like very short skirts in this world. Perhaps you should go home this weekend. I really should go visit my parents. Excellent breeze. Great day for cards. You want to play me at cards? No. But I do want to play somebody at cards. Watching you guys in action really motivates me. I watch you all the time without your permission, you know. So if we go to Balam, okay, be careful. Whatever, I guess whatever dialogue happened here, we already got previously. Yo, Squall, it's my room up there. Oh, we already have Zell's card, don't we? Never mind. That's what I was going to showcase. But I think we have Zell's card. Yeah, forget it. Alright, well, one other thing I wanted to show is that this is a little stratagem. I got it from a specific FAQ I've been using online, but this is, like, well-known. This is old, ancient knowledge. So, I've been reading a FAQ written by Bover87, but it's not like, I don't think Bover87 is the person who discovered that if you go up to this person here, the Card Queen, she will tell you the rules of the region, how cards are passed on, etc. She will accept your money to pass around the same rule, which you don't actually really want. But also, if you challenge her to card games, the rules will be the trade rule will randomize. And if you just keep quitting out until she does the rule that you want, you can change her rule, which then becomes the rule for the region. It's weird, but she's this highly influential card player, even though she uses crappy cards. But what I did off screen was I kept challenging her, and this is based on the advice from a FAQ, until trade rule said all. At which point I actually played the game. It doesn't seem to want to do it at all now. It didn't really take this many tries before. It's like 3 or 4 tries, maybe. So I'm not sure why it's not happening right now. Because 1 is the current trade rule everyone's using. If I play a game with her where she selects trade rule all and win, then other people will start using trade rule all. It switched to direct, which we hadn't seen before, so at least I know it's doing different stuff. Difference means, like, if you win by 1 card, you get to pick 1 card. If you win by 2 cards, you get to pick 2 cards. Direct means whatever cards were your color at the end of the match are yours. So you can win the match overall, but lose a valuable card. And then trade rule all means whoever wins gets all of their opponent's cards. Which is the one that you want, because if you're actually playing this to try to get all the, like, bestest stuff, you're having to save and never lose matches anyway, except for on rare occasions when you decide you have to lose a card as part of the... It's annoying. Sometimes you have to lose a rare card and then win it back in order to unlock different cards from appearing. It's strange. But if we beat her now... we get all of her cards. She doesn't even get mad at us. Even though it seems like we just kind of spanked her. Maybe she's into that. Now when you go play cards with anybody else... they may not immediately go for the all rule, but eventually they will. I think we have to beat her once, and then she'll switch over to the all rule based on the fact that that's what the card queen is using. And the card queen is in the Balam region. So we had an exciting boss battle with Diablos, and now it's devolved into the card game. And I'm not even doing the lyrics to Ace of Spades. But I'm just kind of showing how this works. Like, we should be able to get her to switch over to all. And once we do that, I'm just going to load. This game loves showing off people's thighs, or female thighs. I don't know if she's wearing, like, stockings, or... I think she's supposed to be wearing stockings, but this game is not comfortable with the idea of women having their legs covered, or their thighs covered. Under certain limited circumstances, it's acceptable for a woman in this world to have her calves covered, but thighs, no. Just can't have that. Alright, so if I can just get her to frickin' play with all rules, then I will basically tell you, hey, it worked. Now we can end the video. She's still doing direct. Alright, so I don't really know how many times I'm supposed to beat her before it becomes all. But, I guess I'll keep going. This is how it's supposed to work. Now I just feel embarrassed that it's not working. I don't want to just drop it, but... But yeah, if you, you're supposed to manipulate the card queen by just playing her until she chooses the rules you want. And then other players in the region are supposed to just automatically use those rules. That is how it is supposed to work. Because none of this represents progress. I'm not going to keep any of this. That's why I'm going through it pretty quickly here. There we go. It finally worked. Alright, guys. So from now on, she'll always want to play the all rule, or at least the vast, vast majority of the time. When we come back next time, well, we'll actually continue the story. I'm kind of excited because I played up to this point in the story quite a while ago and was grinding for abilities for GFs and stuff, and yeah, kind of got to this point and stopped because this is a good point to have a really strong because you're kind of starting the whole story here, but your first big opportunity for really getting higher end magics than you should have at this point in the game, and having Diablo to level up too, because like we could play until we get the next GF, but that's quite a few videos of story down the road. So like at this point you've got you got those 3 plus 9. You got 5 GFs you can be getting skills for as you use the card command and just find different ways to cheese the game without leveling up. So it's kind of a fun point to really be kind of powered up before you continue on with the story. But as you might expect, our first big seed mission is going to be a pretty major step towards actually getting to the guts of what the story is about. Because up to this point, you know, we're students in this weird like high school adventurer academy, and we just graduated and became high school mercenaries. And there's hints that, well, this G army we fought in our previous mission they're doing something with transmitter towers, and we don't know what. But for now, we're going to go to the town of Timber and find out from our contact what our mission is. See you next time, guys.